Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln Wheat Pennies coin that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we've got an absolute treasure to talk about, the iconic 1917s Wheat Penny. If you're a coin collector, get ready to sit up and pay attention, because this coin is one of the most sought-after and valuable pennies in American history. In fact, it could be worth more than you ever imagined. The 1917s Wheat Penny is no ordinary coin. It's part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. But what makes the 1917s version stand out so much? Well, it all starts with its rarity, and there are several factors that make this particular penny a true gem in the eyes of collectors. First, let's talk about the minting year. 1917 was already a pivotal year in history, but when it comes to coinage, the 1917s Wheat Penny is particularly scarce. The S mint mark indicates that this penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint, which produced fewer coins compared to the other mints at the time. This alone makes it harder to find, especially in good condition. Now, let's focus on what really makes the 1917s Wheat Penny so rare. The truth is, a number of things contribute to its unique value. One of the most important factors is its condition. Like most coins, the 1917s was used extensively in daily transactions, and as a result, many of them show signs of heavy wear. Finding one in excellent condition, or even in good condition, is incredibly rare. Most of these coins have been passed down through generations, used in circulation, or simply worn out over the years, but here's where it gets even more exciting. The 1917s Wheat Penny is known to have a number of minting errors that make certain specimens incredibly valuable. One of the most well-known errors is the double die obverse. This means that the coin has a noticeable doubling of the design elements on the obverse side, which is the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. This error occurred when the die used to strike the coins was misaligned, causing the design to appear more than once on the coin. Coins with the double die obverse error are particularly sought after, as they are one of the most dramatic and recognizable types of error in coin collecting. Collectors go crazy for these pieces, as they are not only rare but visually striking as well. The doubled lettering and features make the coin stand out in any collection. In addition to the doubled die, the 1917s Wheat Penny is also known for some other subtle variations in its design. For instance, the placement of the mint mark S can sometimes be slightly off, which creates what's known as a misplaced mint mark. These minor variations might seem small, but in the world of numismatics, they can make a huge difference in value. So, what makes the 1917s Wheat Penny so highly desirable to collectors? It's the perfect storm of rarity, historical significance, and potential for unique errors. The more errors a coin has, the more valuable it becomes, and with a coin like this, you're looking at a piece of history that not only has a fascinating backstory but also incredible collector appeal. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1917s Wheat Penny possibly be worth? Well, if you have one of these rare beauties, especially in exceptional condition or with one of those sought-after errors, you could be sitting on a small fortune. But what's the exact value? If you've got a 1917s Wheat Penny in near-perfect condition, or one with the famous double die error, you could expect it to fetch a whopping $234,000. That's right, $234,000. It's incredible to think that a small penny could be worth so much, but this is exactly why coin collecting is such an exciting and rewarding hobby. You never know what hidden treasures are waiting to be discovered. So, if you've got a 1917s Wheat Penny, or you come across one in your coin hunting adventures, make sure to check it carefully. Even the slightest variations or errors could mean a significant increase in value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this is one coin that you absolutely do not want to overlook. Before we wrap up, take a look at your collection and keep an eye out for those rare finds. You never know, your next coin might just be worth a fortune. Top 2, we've got a truly exciting topic that's sure to grab your attention. If you're a coin lover, especially when it comes to American currency, you won't want to miss this one. We're talking about the 1957 wheat penny, a coin that might just be hiding in your collection right now, waiting to bring in a small fortune. The 1957 wheat penny is one of the last coins to bear the iconic wheat design on the reverse, which was used from 1909 until 1958. After this, the U.S. Mint transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial design, marking the end of an era. So, what makes the 1957 wheat penny so special, and why is it so highly sought after by collectors? Well, first, let's talk about its rarity. While it might seem like this coin is still relatively common, the truth is, finding one in pristine condition or with certain unique features can make it incredibly valuable. Most 1957 wheat pennies were circulated heavily, and like most coins that were used in daily transactions, they've suffered from wear and tear. The condition of these coins plays a massive role in determining their value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1957 wheat penny in excellent, near-perfect condition, that's already a huge win. But there's more. Some 1957 pennies are known to have minting errors that make them even more valuable. Minting errors, like double dies and other design misprints, can increase the value of a coin exponentially. For example, one of the most famous errors for this coin is the double die obverse, which results in doubling of the date, the inscriptions, or even parts of Lincoln's portrait. This error is a major red flag for collectors, and if you come across one of these, you could be sitting on a true gem, but that's not all. The 1957 wheat penny is also part of a transitional period in U.S. coinage. The mint was going through some significant changes, and the coins produced in 1957 sometimes show subtle differences in the die work or the size of the lettering. Some collectors love to hunt for these small variations, as they add a layer of uniqueness to the coin that can significantly increase its value. Now, you may be wondering, what's the value of this little penny? How much could a simple 1-cent coin from 1957 be worth? Well, if you've got a 1957 wheat penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if it has one of those rare errors, you could be looking at a nice payout, and here's the exciting part: $74,000. That's right, you heard it correctly, $74,000. A single 1957 wheat penny, if it's in the right condition or has the right error, could be worth a fortune. Just imagine finding one of these hidden in your coin jar or tucked away in a family collection. It could be life-changing, so, the next time you go through your old pennies, make sure you give those 1957 wheat pennies a close look. Check for minting errors, examine their condition, and if you spot anything unusual or valuable, it might be time to get it appraised. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin collection journey, the 1957 wheat penny is one of those coins you don't want to overlook. It's part of American history, and it could be worth much more than you think. Top 3, we're diving into one of the most fascinating pennies in American history, the 1953 wheat penny. This coin may look simple at first glance, but believe me, there's more to it than meets the eye. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual hobbyist, this coin could be worth far more than you think. The 1953 wheat penny is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. For many, this series holds a special place in the world of numismatics. The wheat penny, with its iconic reverse design featuring 2 stalks of wheat, represents a bygone era of American coinage. However, not all wheat pennies are created equal, and the 1953 version is one of those rarer finds that can truly make a coin collector's heart race. So, what exactly makes the 1953 wheat penny so valuable and rare? It all comes down to a combination of factors: condition, minting errors, and, of course, scarcity. Although the 1953 wheat penny was minted in large numbers, not all of them have survived in great shape. Many of these pennies were used in everyday transactions and have been worn down over the decades. A coin's value significantly increases when it's in excellent condition, especially when it's been preserved as an uncirculated specimen, but the story doesn't end there. The 1953 wheat penny also has a number of minting errors that make it even more desirable to collectors. One of the most notable errors is the double die obverse, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the features on the front, especially the date and the lettering, to appear doubled. This doubling is very subtle, but once you know what to look for, it's easy to spot. A 1953 wheat penny with this error is much more valuable than a regular coin, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for one of these rare finds. In addition to the double die obverse, there are other potential errors on the 1953 wheat penny that collectors look for. These can include things like off-center strikes, die cracks, or even misplaced mint marks. These subtle imperfections, though small, can make a coin truly unique, which is something collectors absolutely love. The more unusual the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Now, let's talk about how much a 1953 wheat penny could be worth. If you've got one of these coins in mint condition or with an error like the double die obverse, you might be sitting on a small fortune. The value can vary depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition, but there are cases where a 1953 wheat penny has sold for as much as $77,000. Yes, that's right, $77,000. That's an incredible amount of money for a coin that only costs 1 cent to begin with, isn't it? Imagine finding one of these hidden in your coin collection or tucked away in a box of old pennies. It could be worth more than you ever imagined. So, before you discard any of those old 1953 wheat pennies, take a closer look. Look for those telltale signs of minting errors, check the condition of the coin, and you might just discover a hidden treasure. The 1953 wheat penny is an amazing example of how small details in the world of coin collecting can make a huge difference in value. Whether it's a unique error or simply a well-preserved specimen, this coin has earned its place as one of the more desirable wheat pennies out there. So, next time you're sorting through your collection or hitting up a local coin shop, keep an eye out for the 1953 wheat penny. It might just be the key to unlocking a small fortune. Top 4, we're talking about a coin that could be hiding in your collection or in your pocket right now, the 1949 wheat penny. This penny might look like just another coin at first glance, but trust me, this is one penny you'll want to pay attention to. The 1949 wheat penny is part of the long-running Lincoln wheat cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. While it's true that the wheat penny was produced in large quantities, there's more to the 1949 version than you might think. This coin, though seemingly common, has some key characteristics that make it an exciting find for collectors. First, let's talk about why this particular year is special. The 1949 wheat penny was minted during a period of significant transition in the United States, right after the end of World War II. The country was rebuilding, and the economy was beginning to stabilize. This context adds a layer of historical importance to the coin itself. While it may not have been seen as anything extraordinary at the time of minting, today, it holds a unique place in the world of numismatics. Now, the true value of the 1949 wheat penny lies in its rarity and condition. Like most coins, the ones that were minted for circulation saw a lot of use. Most 1949 wheat pennies have been worn down over the years, leaving them far from perfect. The key to a valuable 1949 penny lies in its condition. If you happen to find one that is well preserved, especially one in uncirculated or near mint condition, it's something worth holding on to. Coins in this type of state are much rarer, as the majority of them suffered wear and tear from being in circulation for decades, but it doesn't end there. The 1949 wheat penny is known to have a number of minting errors that can make it even more valuable to collectors. One of the most exciting errors to look out for is the double die obverse. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the image on the front of the coin, including the date, to appear doubled. The doubling can often be subtle, but once you know what to look for, it's unmistakable. Coins with this kind of error are considered highly desirable, and they can command a premium in the market. In addition to the double die obverse, there are other minting variations and errors that can make a 1949 wheat penny especially valuable. Misplaced mint marks, die cracks, and even off-center strikes can make certain coins stand out from the rest. These small but significant differences can dramatically increase the value of a coin, as collectors love finding unique and rare specimens to add to their collections. So, you might be asking, how much could a 1949 wheat penny be worth? Well, the value depends largely on the condition of the coin and whether it has any minting errors. A well-preserved 1949 penny could fetch a nice amount, but if you've got a specimen with a noticeable minting error like the double die obverse, you could be looking at a substantial payout. Here's where it gets really exciting. If you've got a 1949 wheat penny in pristine condition or one that has one of these valuable errors, you could be holding onto a coin worth $87,000. Yes, you heard that right, $87,000. That's an incredible value for a single penny, and it's a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, rare coins can be worth far more than their face value. So, the next time you're going through your change jar or sorting through your coin collection, make sure to check for any 1949 wheat pennies. Inspect them carefully for signs of wear, and most importantly, look for any potential errors. If you find one with a minting error or in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Top 5, and last rare coin, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1950 wheat penny. At first glance, this might seem like just another penny, but hold on a second, this little coin could be worth far more than its face value, and today, we're going to explore exactly why. The 1950 wheat penny is part of the famous Lincoln wheat cent series that was minted from 1909 all the way up until 1958. The design on the reverse of the coin, featuring two stalks of wheat, is a hallmark of the series, which makes these coins instantly recognizable to collectors. But here's the kicker: while many of these pennies were produced, the 1950 version holds some key factors that make it much rarer and more valuable than most people realize. Now, let's talk about the 1950 wheat penny's rarity. While the mintage for 1950 was relatively high compared to other years, it wasn't as plentiful as some might think. A lot of these coins were circulated heavily, and like most everyday coins, they've been worn down over time. Finding a 1950 wheat penny in excellent condition is a rare feat, and that's where the real value starts to shine. If you have one in near mint or uncirculated condition, you might be holding onto something special, but what truly sets the 1950 wheat penny apart are the errors and variations that occurred during its minting. These small but significant differences are what really make this coin a prize for collectors. One of the most notable errors that collectors look for is the double die obverse. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing the design to be stamped more than once. This results in doubled letters and numbers, which can be most noticeable on the date, Liberty, or even Lincoln's portrait. If you spot one of these coins, you've found a true treasure. Beyond the double die obverse, there are also a number of other minting variations that make the 1950 wheat penny more interesting. These include things like die cracks, which form when the die used to strike the coin begins to crack or deteriorate. These cracks can create unique patterns on the coin, adding even more character and value to it. Additionally, there are examples of the coin with off-center strikes or misplaced mint marks. These errors aren't common, but when they occur, they make the coin more collectible and valuable. Another factor that contributes to the 1950 wheat penny's desirability is its place in history. This coin was minted during a period when the United States was transitioning into the post-war era. The economy was shifting, and the coin reflects the design and style of the era. So, not only is it a rare and valuable coin, but it's also a fascinating piece of history. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much could your 1950 wheat penny be worth? As you know, the value of a coin can vary depending on its condition and any minting errors it may have. But if you happen to have a 1950 wheat penny that's in pristine condition, or if you find one with a rare error, you could be looking at a surprisingly high payout. If you have one of these rare coins in exceptional condition or with a noticeable error, it could be worth $83,000. That's right, $83,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that such a small, everyday coin could hold so much value, but this is exactly what makes coin collecting so exciting. You never know what hidden gems are waiting to be discovered in your collection or even in your spare change, so, the next time you're sorting through your coins, be sure to give your 1950 wheat pennies a close look. Check for any errors, inspect their condition, and don't underestimate what you might have. Whether it's a double die obverse or another type of minting error, your 1950 wheat penny could be worth far more than you expect. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another exciting discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!